YouTube. This is Michael Merritt. Okay, so we've got some new information in. Deputy Sheriff Ernesto Amaya from Swisher County has a civil rights violation, code 440, which is excessive force. Now, Jackie Guerrera, you might remember her, she's one of the CPS agents that took my granddaughter, has a civil rights violation 550 in 2017 from the Lubbock Detention Center. Now, I haven't exactly got to the bottom of what that is, but I'm pretty sure from my experience, that don't quote me on this, I could be mistaken, and I'll get back to you and let you know, that is establishing a sexual relationship with an offender, which means she's a sex offender. I could be wrong, let me double check that. And then the officer that actually took my granddaughter, jumped in the car, hauled butt with her, Ryan Trevino, has a civil rights violation 440, excessive force. Now, you can only get excessive force one of two ways. Either you're a cop or you're a correctional officer. Either way, he's no longer that. And that's a violent charge. Excessive force is a violent charge. And now he's a CPS agent that took my granddaughter. Then we had Jackie Guerrera also, who had a resisting arrest, which is a violent charge. So, two people who have committed some type of violence or some other civil rights offense took my granddaughter, took her to Amarillo, placed her with a family who has 3 DWIs. I have no criminal history except an unlawful carry. I have no violent history whatsoever. But they took her from us and placed her through 3 people who were dangerous, violent. Okay? Now, Mike Criswell, I say to you, I would like to know why it's been nearly 2 months and you're still investigating the tasing of a 5-year-old by your private investigator's daughter, Officer Rodriguez, and where Deputy Sheriff Amaya threatened to break my son-in-law's arm after he was already cuffed. Are you just investigating how to clear them, or are you actually investigating the crimes they committed? Because Alex has been locked up for 2 months now. You finally gave him a lawyer, but you're still investigating. If you're investigating, why has he been locked up? Why has he been charged for 2 months of a crime? But you can't come to a conclusion on your employees if they've done wrong. Now, for my fellow YouTubers, you might remember the name Deputy Sheriff Amaya. He's the one that forced entry into my home on a wellness check, injuring my wife, and was found not guilty by Mike Criswell. Imagine that. As a homeowner and a taxpayer in Swisher County, Mike Criswell, I'm starting to wonder if you go through the applications looking for corrupt public servants just to hire so they can work for you and do what you want. Because Sheriff Amaya, you keep clearing him, he's violated my rights, my wife's rights, he's violated Alex's rights. Your private investigator has called up here and violated several of my civil rights. Everyone that I've come across that works for y'all is corrupt. For example, Deputy Amaya, Lieutenant Quentin, I've got evidence on him being corrupt. Officer Lane, who y'all moved to Canyon, Texas, who lost his ability to be a sheriff there, got evidence on him. Officer Rodriguez, who shot the 5-year-old that you're withholding the evidence on. Chief Richardson, I've got evidence on her. Private investigator Abden Rodriguez, and you yourself. All these people, corrupt. I have proof on every one of them. These aren't false accusations like the ones you're keeping me locked up on. You can keep me locked up for these false allegations. Everyone's seen the evidence. And I will beat you again. After 16 times you've lost, this is retaliation for your embarrassment because you can't seem to get a 10th grade dropout and beat me in court. So I'll sit here. I don't mind. Alex has already been informed not to take any deal you offer him because you're just trying to cover up the assault on the 5-year-old and the assault Sheriff Amaya did on him. You know I'm not going to take a deal because in 5 years I ain't took a single one of your deals. And I'm not going to take one now. We're going to go to court. You're going to go to prison. Everyone named here is going to get in some form of trouble, some of them worse than others. I will not stop, Mike. Keeping me in jail will not stop me. If by some miracle you could get me in prison, it will not stop me. You committed crimes, you're criminals, you're going to prison. That's all I gotta say. I'll sit here. I'm here with a good bunch of guys. I mean, they're criminals. They admit it. I'm not. You know I'm not. But you are, and I will not stop until justice is served.